Erwin and the River's Whisper. In a city that sparkled like a jewel lived a man named Erwin. He wasn't like the other bustling staff at the grand, shimmering hotel where he worked as a waiter. While they hurried with trays and smiles, Erwin moved at his own thoughtful pace, often lost in a world only he could see. His colleagues found Erwin difficult to understand. He'd speak of the silent symphony of the hotel's grand chandeliers or the secret language of the polished marble floors, while they discussed guest requests or shift schedules. Yet, despite his quiet, unusual ways, there was one thing everyone in the hotel agreed on. Erwin made the best chai. His chai wasn't just a drink. It was a warm embrace, a comforting secret, a sip of calm in the hotel's busy rhythm. Each cup was brewed with a blend of spices he personally sourced, and a touch of something unexplainable that made it truly special. Soon, guests would specifically request Erwin's chai, and his talent was recognized, leading him to a new role as an order taker, where he could still share his unique brew. A young woman named Ilara, a frequent guest at the hotel, often found herself drawn to Erwin's quiet corner. She was curious about him, more so than others. She didn't try to unravel his riddles, but listened, intrigued by his unique way of seeing the world, especially when he spoke of the stories hidden within the hotel's walls. One day, an older gentleman named Kale, a longtime guest who always shared a quiet nod with Erwin, joined Ilara in the lounge. "Erwin's chai warms the soul," Kale said, just as his words, though mysterious, often hold a deeper truth, like the hidden gems in this grand place. Ilara looked at Kale. "He sometimes talks about settling down when he turns 40, she mused. "He's almost there. But what does settling down mean to someone like Erwin, who seems to find poetry in everything?" Kale smiled. "For many, it means a house, a family, a routine. But for Erwin, I believe it means finding a place where his thoughts can finally bloom, where his unique understanding of the world is not just tolerated, but truly celebrated and understood." As Erwin approached his 40th year, he began to spend his off hours by a quiet, flowing river on the edge of the bustling city, far from the hotel's grandeur. He would sit there, watching the water, sometimes humming a soft tune, finding a different kind of peace. One crisp morning, Ilara and Kale, having followed a quiet intuition, found him there. Erwin looked up, a rare, clear smile on his face. "The river," he said, gesturing to the flowing water. "It flows, yet it is always here. Perhaps settling down is not about stopping, but about finding your true current, a place where your soul feels at home." From that day on, Erwin still made his wonderful chai, but now he had a small, peaceful tea house nestled by the river. People came not just for the comforting chai, but to sit by the flowing water, to listen to Erwin's quiet wisdom, and to find their own true current, guided by the man who finally found his.